Good morning and welcome to Late Breakfast on Sports Tonight TV. The Euros have finally started. I'm Matt Forde. Thanks for joining us this morning. Joining me and you are Tom Parry, Perry Groves and Chris Graham. Good morning, fellas.
Morning, Matt.
Morning, Forde.
So your opening title was it?
Yes, mate.
Right, that is Jedward in 25 years' time. That's Jedward without the hair. Have you got the same stylist?
That's Jedward after a heck of a night out.
That was uncanny.
Now, today is not just the second day of the European Championships, it's also Michael J. Fox's birthday.
Oh, of course.
Star of the great film Back to the Future. So what we're going to talk about this morning is, and you can join in with this at home, you can Skype us at Sports Tonight TV, you can phone 0207 291 0868, is what moments in European Championship history would you go back and change if you had a DeLorean? Perry, what would you go back and change?
I've got two. I've got Gaza studs in 1996. See, what the problem was, in the old days when footballers wore studs, they wear like carpet slippers now, don't they? You had two long studs at the back, four short ones at the front.
I didn't realise the ones at the back were longer.
Yeah, they're longer.
Like heels?
Yeah, yeah. So you just get more grip in the turf. You put them, but if you put the two long ones in the front, then Gaza scores with his left foot. Then as the ball gets like, shot across the 6-yard box, he's just a studs with. And the other one I've got is I wouldn't have put Tony Adams in the 1998 squad for the Euros.
Really?
Yeah, because he
came back for the World Cup, France.
No, for the Euros, because
for the qualification.
No, in the actual 1988 finals.
88 or
sorry, 88 finals.
88
finals, because he had to mark Marco van Basten, and he came back from those championships, and he wasn't the same player for 3 months. He said it was like
shell-shocked.
Yeah, he said it was like marking a Martian in England. It was, because when England, what happens, forwards play up against you all the time, so you know where they are.
Yeah.
And we were banned from Europe at the time. All the English clubs were
from
Europe.
no one knew.
So no one knew how to play against foreign centre forwards. He said he was running all over the place, like going to left wing, going to right wing, and Rodder said he didn't know where he was going.
Dear
so
God.
for 3 months, I used to just come into training and go, Van Basten, just to like, but he actually said it was the best player he ever played against, so I wouldn't have put Tony Adams in the 1988 squad.
That's a great shout.
He was amazing in that championship. That goal he scored in the final.
It was a cross.
Van Basten?
Yeah.
The overhead or the one from the side?
The volley from the side, where he was
phenomenal,
on the touch.
side on.
Yeah.
One of the
But
greatest
do you reckon
goals
cross?
No, because he's that. If it was a player of lesser ability, then you wouldn't give him the benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Because he was that good. You think actually, yeah, you meant that.
He probably meant to do it. Tom Parry, what would you change?
Well, you might disagree with me here, but I always remember being so gutted when Lineker came off.
In '92?
Yeah. Because I was a massive Lineker fan, and I thought that was a real turning point then, the end of Lineker's career, and I still thought we were going to do it against Sweden. And then Lineker came off, but he put Alan Smith on, didn't he?
Yeah, the thing is, Smudge was in good form.
That's it,
Lineker's nearly your all-time record goal scorer.
Yeah.
And it's what he does to the team. You know, when you think we need a goal, and you see the person who's more likely to get a goal, you think, actually, Graham Taylor's lost it completely here. And the whole country just thought, that's it.
Why is he doing it? That was the big question. As soon as you saw Lineker's number up, it was like, why is this happening?
The problem was, well, anything else?
Well, I just wanted to say, compare it to a story for me. When I was at school, I was like the substitute right back. And we got through to the semi-final.
Yeah, normally the worst
right back's the worst
right
player.
Back, and then all you go in goal. So if you're the substitute right back.
I'm not a good footballer, Perry, right? I was chatting to my mate. We were 1-0 down in the semi-final with 10 minutes to go. And the PE teacher was refereeing. He said, I'm going to bring someone on. And he pointed to our striker substitute who's behind me, and my mate, for a joke, went, Parry, he wants you to go on. So our striker came off, and I was like, oh, right. Ran out onto the pitch and played the last 10 minutes. The rest of my team were just gutted. What are you bringing Parry on for? I was like, right, guys. The PT was like, oh, just try and score a goal. And that's how I feel it must have felt like for the England team. I know Smudge was in good form, but taking Lineker off was a huge decision.
See, at the time, I was only like 9 years old when that tournament was on, so I never really... At that point, I wasn't in the business of questioning managers.
You look a lot older than you are, you know.
Well, I'm not 9 now. That was 20 years ago. I've not let myself... Don't say that.
20 years. So you wasted that in 20 years ago.
Years.
That's showbiz 20 years.
No. 1982 I was born. I'm 30 later this year. This is the first show of a new dawn in television broadcasting. We're already getting bogged down in whether I'm not Russell Kane. That's my real age. Anyway, the thing I would change, Euro 2000, Phil Neville. In fact, I wouldn't just change that incident, I would just change Phil Neville.
That clumsy challenge?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much work you could do on Phil Neville anyway.
What, you're talking about, like,
facially? Yeah, changing facially. Ridiculous, in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
Putting a challenge like that in the box. I mean, that doesn't get remembered. Like, people remember Pearce 90, they remember Beckham 98, they remember Southgate 96. Phil Neville's got away with it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But then he's resurrected himself at Everton, and so people try and like forget about his like England stuff.
Like his dirty past.
He's reborn.
Is that the witness protection programme for footballers? Now, one of the things we're going to do throughout the tournament that you can join in with at home, send us like your funny pictures of mates. People take so many pictures these days in the pub on their camera phones. If you get pictures of your mates watching the game or whatever it is, then do send them in. Funny ones, weird ones of them looking odd or celebrating in a funny way. Someone sent this in. This is a young man called Tom Parry. This is him watching the Poland-Greece game yesterday. Whoa! Who's this cool customer? What on earth were you doing?
That's what he puts on. He puts that on Match.com. That's like the dating site, isn't it?
Hello, mate.
Yeah, look, they needed a big pencil, that's all I'm saying. That's right. They needed a big pencil for that shot.
Amazing.
Where did you get that from?
Someone sent it in.
No, that's not true. Have you been on my Facebook? Is that what that is? You need to stay off.
If you put stuff like that in the public domain, don't be surprised when people put it on TV.
I was short of money and I did a bit of life modelling for an art class. £12 an hour.
I thought that was your flat. I was going to say your flat's
It's just in a state of it's being decorated.
That's cool, though, isn't it?
£12 an hour, that was.
For it to do a still life?
Yeah.
How many
Actually,
hours?
you know what? The actual still life, the actual painting is better than the real thing.
Yes, yeah. You do look like you're watching the football, though.
I think I look like Kate Winslet in Titanic. It's the same pose, isn't it? I think I've got bigger breasts, actually.
So we can send in you funny pictures throughout the tournament. Ones, you know, particularly if people have got football shirts on or anything like that.
Oh.
Do send them. You've got whoa. Where's this? Wait,
look at the passion. Look at the passion in his face. That's for the.
Where did you get that?
The passion's there.
What, you were a little sneak. I didn't even know you were in. You sneak. That's a really nice Forest. That's the 1982 replica shirt.
Look how beautiful Nottingham.
The chalk eyes. Oh, shoes and tracky bottoms. Who's this cool customer? That is a good look where I live. I mean, that's quite cool, isn't it? Tracky bottoms and
a bit
shoes.
with slip-ons, though, if you can't do your shoelaces up. Then that's when you know you're struggling.
Oh, I look so bad. That was after a really good night.
So you can tell with your mince pie. You didn't have to really tell us that.
Oh, my God. You have got something to answer for.
Well, you know, you can't just...
This is not on. I'm not here to be sabotaged. I've had my age called into question. I've had my personal effects gone through. This is ridiculous. Now, what we're going to do throughout the tournament is each of us are going to support a different team. So we've got an official draw now. So, chaps, you can pick... I'll tell you what, just let me make sure these are all swelled up. So, Tom, you can go first. Close your eyes. Pick a team. He's going to pick a team that's got support for the rest of the tournament.
Definitely have to.
Yeah, well, it's not... Who have you got?
Oh, I've got the Netherlands.
He's got the Netherlands.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Oh, I'm happy with that.
Interesting fact about the Netherlands, they're Europe's third largest exporter of pig iron.
Did you say there's a fact? I wouldn't actually put it interesting.
Do you order
the wrong adjective.
Do you order a lot of pig iron?
Total.
I made it up.
Ukraine.
Oh, that's tough.
That is a tough one, but
Host
apparently they sell very cheap hooch all around the ground. 2 litre bottles. It's like rocket fuel. So it works at about 50p a time.
Wow.
So
Get yourself out there.
Yeah, I can actually go with the Ukraine, definitely. I'm happy with that.
The Ukraine is, of course, home to the world's oldest canary. He's 13 and he's called Gustav Klimst. Chris now.
Sorry, Chris wasn't bother you there, Chris, was he?
No.
You just read the paper. She's like, oh man, she's reading the paper.
I was sort of research.
Chris is our resident Scot, so we hope he draws England.
Oh, perfect. The one I wanted. The one I've got all my money on to win. Sweden.
Have you put money on Sweden?
Too right, I have.
Honestly, seriously?
Absolutely. I am massively confident that Sweden will have a huge Euro 2012.
Really?
I am. I'm big, really big time.
Are you just saying that you would have said that about any team you drew out there?
That is.
No, you just said about any team.
I'll show you my betting account. I'm all over Sweden.
Yeah, we should. Actually, Chris is a betting expert.
I will show you my betting account. Is that what you say to all the ladies?
It doesn't work.
Full. Only if he's in credit. He gets embarrassed if he's minus.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, but yeah, Sweden, so fantastic.
It's not just that they're against England.
Partly, I'm only joking. No, well, I think it's a weak group. I think they can win that group.
England could.
No, Sweden could. I think all 4 teams could win that group. But Sweden are outsiders, which I didn't quite understand. Third biggest scorers in qualifying. They've got a new sort of shape, new manager. Ibrahimovic is playing a new role, kind of just off the top striker, and it's working wonders. And I think they could play Ireland in the quarterfinals, get through the semis, and then, as people always like to say, anything could happen.
Anything could happen indeed. Right, the final one.
Who do you want?
I want England, man, or Spain. Oh!
England
for St George.
That is it.
Here it comes. We're going to win it. We're going to win it.
You know what
now.
that was? You know when your uncle used to do the flyaway pull and sticks it to his fingers like that? It was just a little bit, just stuck to your fingers.
I've always got sweaty palms. That could have got anyone out. Now, Bet the Butler, or the Bet Butler, is our man out there in Poland and Ukraine, and he's been having problems. He's going to be throughout the tournament. He's going to be out there getting us the latest odds, giving us the lowdown on all what's going on out there, and with his expert opinion, keeping us up to date. He's staying in a flat somewhere in Eastern Europe, and he's been having problems with his cat.
I just got back to the room and the cat's on the bed. Get off the bed, please, pussy. Good, pussy, get off the bed. Get off the bed. Can you get off the bed, please? Can you get off the bed? Can you get off my bed? No, get off the bed. Please get off the bed.
Again. Make him come right in.
Can you get off the bed? How am I going to sleep tonight? Can you get off the bed? Can you get off the bed? No, this is not funny now. Right, get off the bed. Get off the bed.
Welcome back to Sports Tonight TV. Just before the break there, you saw the evil cat that's plaguing the Bet Butler out in Poland and Ukraine. More on that later in the show. I'm still joined by Tom Parry, Perry Groves, and Chris Graham. Welcome back, fellas.
How you doing?
Happy to be here, Forde.
It's a pleasure to have you all here of a morning.
You said the Bet Butler cat's angry. The Bet Butler's not exactly Dr. Dolittle, is it? If you keep poking the cat and whacking it with a jumper, and he's working out why the cat doesn't like him, what would you do first thing in the morning if someone comes and smashed you over with a jumper?
I'd probably hiss at it. like that cat did. He's absolutely right. I mean, he's staying in this flat, which I understand isn't the most palatial of accommodation, but it's not his cat. He's gone in there and he's found a wild cat, and he's allergic to cats. So throughout the tournament, he's going to have to live with this thing.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It does sound not a very good one. Now, one of the games we're going to play throughout the tournament is Guess the Tweets. Tweets of the week. Footballers love to tweet. Football fans love to tweet. So what we've got here for our guests is a little game where we look at some of the tweets from the great and the good, and we try and guess what the missing word is. So, fellas, can you see this? This is from Cesc Fabregas. Good news. Finally, we are allowed to use social networks, so we what during the Euro Cup? We keep in touch.
So we can pretend we've got friends during the Euro Cup.
So that's a very good guess.
So we can get laid.
It's close.
Is
no,
it?
it's not. Of course it's not. We wouldn't be able to put it on at 10 o'clock in the morning if it was. Chris, any guesses?
It's like how I got news for you, this, isn't it? Huh?
It is indeed.
But better,
yeah,
right?
Better,
Yeah, much better.
Sharper.
Much more irrelevant. Chat away, I don't know.
Chat away, maybe engage
rubbish,
in ill-informed debate. That tends to be what most people do on
Is
Twitter.
it we can annoy Joey Barton? Oh.
We will be in contact.
Oh.
Not as exciting as the ones. We've got another one.
He's witty old Cess, isn't he?
yeah.
Tell you what, I wish I was. I'm going to start following him now. He's actually engaged me.
Yeah, we should make it clear that not all the tweets are themselves going to be funny. You know.
Oh, right, okay.
That we just got to try and. So this is Rio Ferdinand. Hashtag I must say the rosé wine has got me feeling
like a homicidal axe-wielding maniac. That's what rosé wine does to people. It changes people's characters. If anything, my missus go like she goes from rosé to Rose West. Honestly, it is frightening. It is incredible.
It's my favourite drink. Huh? My favourite alcohol. I'm a straight man, but
I'm saying you're a man, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a
you're
heterosexual man.
Yeah.
Do you have to say that every time you order a rosé? Look, I'm a straight man.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
He knows the stigma that goes.
I'll bring out a copy of FHM. Look, I'm genuinely straight, but I like rosé wine.
You're Scottish as well. You should
Yeah,
be drinking
no,
Buckfast.
I'm a contradiction in
Your
itself.
father must be so ashamed of you, Scottish and drinking rosé wine.
He stopped speaking to me 3 years ago.
I thought it was like supertenants. It should
Get
be.
yourself tenants, son. Get yourself tenants. But yeah, no, rosé. Bitter.
Bitter? No.
Overlooked. Yeah.
Better maybe. Nice. Turns him into Borat, obviously. When he's
You and Rio.
Do you know what? That's
not a man I
why
like her.
I'm with Roy Hodgson now.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in the England squad.
Well,
Your
obviously-
big, tough, ugly centre half is drinking rosé wine.
They should use him as like in an advert for remember the Rose Heavy will sign up Rihanna.
Those little adverts just before come dine with me.
Quality, yeah.
You got merch blend. This is Joey Barton, the Joe Barton. I think England will struggle to get out of the group. Too many what? Hope I am wrong.
Volatile characters.
What's the word they use to slag off somebody? What is it? Oh,
Helmets, is it?
helmet. That's
Numpties.
it. Too many substandard helmets.
It'll probably be
Maybe.
the title of a Smith song. I can't work out which one. But he loves that stuff.
Maybe
doesn't
too
he?
many cooks spoil the broth.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what the answer is. Oh, injuries and suspensions.
Yeah.
Joey Barton usually does tweet some quite angry stuff.
Was that a B-side?
It could have been, yeah, injuries and suspensions.
That's him trying to be Joseph Barton, trying to soften his image.
Oh,
It's
is
very
that- is
clever,
there a
very
difference?
Yeah, public, like opinion you've had.
It's like Pete and Peter Doherty.
Exactly.
Right, this is at Swiss Ramble. In the competition for the most inappropriate surname in football, it's impossible to choose between what and what. And we are on TV in the morning, so just be careful with your answers.
It's got to be the German player for Euro '96. I don't think we
The
can.
K, the
Oh,
K.
start with a K.
KUTZ. Yeah, the K. Yeah.
And maybe
I think
Simon Cox. just as a shout.
Mark Brighton, Dennis Wise. He wasn't as excited as he thought, but nevertheless, very funny tweet. Let's see what we got next. Now, this is Patrick Vieira. Great week in Wales studying what? I wanted to use my experience, plus this course really helped me to understand better.
sheep and miners. Just trying to get into the Welsh culture.
Brains bitter. Pasties, my B licence.
What's a B licence?
Must be
That's when he's doing his coaching badges. And the reason he's gone to Wales is because in England, I think it's a 2-week intensive course, and then you have to do your hours.
Yeah.
In Wales, it's only a week.
Oh,
so it's very
cheating.
true. Yeah, it's cheating.
Taking the shortcut.
That's a bit of a tough work. That's a bit of a tough way of cheating. But the Welsh FA's coaching course
gone for
is
the
a
easier
lot
way out.
easier than the English FA.
It's the Sheffield Hallam
So-
to Sheffield University.
yeah, that's it.
Polytechnic.
Yeah. Jolyon Lescott, about to watch what? Hope it's as good as some reports suggested. 2 girls, 1 cup?
Well, the only way is Essex.
Come on, Parry, stick your neck out.
About to watch. Oh.
Man on a Ledge. A film about someone stood on Stuart Pearce. No? Okay, they're the best of the tweets. We're going to be looking forward as well. A Fulham fan is going to be joining us on Skype to talk about Euro 2012. Plenty of Fulham fans playing there, of course. He'll be joining us a bit. Now, we'll talk about this later, but in terms of where you watch the game and where's the best place to watch it, Parry, what's your view on this? Home man or down the pub?
For the big England games, home, man. Certainly when it gets to the knockout stages, I normally try and be at home. Because it's just, like when it gets to that really big game, group games, nice to be in the pub, but when it matters, I feel like you just need to really concentrate and plus, when I was like watching the knockout stage in Wolverhampton, it always gets to that stage when if England missed the penalty, like I remember England-Argentina in the World Cup, as soon as the penalty was missed, just pint glasses just hitting the screen, and that's just suddenly all just goes.
You must go to posh pubs if they actually serve you pint glasses.
Oh yeah,
when the football's on instead of plastic. That's called a wine bar. That's not a pub.
It was in Wolverhampton.
Oh,
we don't have wine
bars.
bars.
We've got Matty Della joining us now, who's a Fulham fan. Matty, hello to you, mate. We can't hear him. Hello, Matty. We'll get the volume sorted out.
Does he know sign language?
Do you know sign language, Matty?
I was just going to say more than 2 fingers. 2 thumbs is a lot better than 2 fingers.
Maybe we could just do this through thumbs up and thumbs down. Matt, are you looking forward to Euro 2012?
Oh, one
Yes,
thumb.
1 thumb. So 1 thumb for yes, 2 for very much so, and then obviously the same applies to down and 1 for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Let's play
2
who's your
for-
favourite player? Charades.
Okay, let's play a
See if
game
we
of
can- see if we can
charades.
do it. See if we can do it.
Favourite England player? We're going to come back to him. He's obviously got his volume on mute or something. Obviously his mum's downstairs and he's been
Do you know what? He was just.
on a couple of sites. Is he still here? Can we hear him? Say something, Matty.
No, let's play charades.
Louder.
Do you know what? His favourite England player's Oxlade-Chamberlain, but he couldn't work out how many syllables it was. He's like,
Matt, we'll come back to you, mate. We'll come back to you. He's got to sort his volume out. So you reckon you'd rather watch it at home?
I do
don't
for
get
the
that.
big games. Yeah,
But
do
so
you go down the pub?
Oh, every game in the pub, yeah.
the thing is, you can't watch football properly in the pub.
That's it. That's
You
it.
can't. You can't actually.
But
If you want to watch the game and
Yeah.
Saturday game, because obviously we work sometimes and you have to talk about. If you go down the pub and you have like 6 or 7 pints, you can't remember what's gone on in the first half.
Yeah.
And you talk to your mates, you have a laugh. You won't actually be watching the game. Then you actually start taking the mickey out of things on the screen rather than actually watching the game.
Yeah,
So,
but is there anything better than your team winning while you're in the pub? It's a great
it's
community
phenomenal,
spirit.
yeah.
I've got some great memories of 1998, so long ago when Scotland lasted the World Cup. I've got amazing memories.
John Collins' penalty against Brazil.
That is top 5 best moments of my life, and I'm
Absolutely
being
class.
absolutely sincerely there. That was such a gorgeous moment, and it was probably the best day of my life. June the 8th, 1998. I never even
actually, I watched the
that.
England-Algeria game, the last World Cup.
Oh yeah,
in the
when
pub.
Defoe scored.
Yeah. So when we were particularly poor,
Yeah.
and all I can remember is it was absolutely mobbed, and we had plastic glasses because we're not that posh in culture. But then simultaneously, everybody at the same time just threw their beer up in the air.
amazing.
And then what you do, then you get the refreshing shower as the
That's
beer comes back
gorgeous.
down on your head. It's like you've got an indoor sort of sprinkler system. Yeah. So everybody's got, and then you don't get, for some reason, you don't get the ump. Normally you get,
lovely.
if you're wearing some decent gear, you think, what's all that about? And you get this little sprinkle of like Beck's beer or like San Miguel come down.
Oh, it's
that was
lovely.
quite refreshing. That was all right. That was.
I think the pub's the only place to watch it.
I once
Any
watched
game.
When Ireland beat, Ireland equalised against Germany. Do you remember that?
I
I was in Dublin at the time,
Yeah.
so we were in this pub and everyone was lashed. And
Is that Robbie Keane?
Keane
Well, it's
equalised.
just a guess because no one else scores. Is there? Robbie Keane.
So so in the corner, this old Irish man comes to me and went, "Can you believe it? We got through." And I suddenly thought, this guy's going to be gutted if I'm English now. So I just kind of made a vague Irish noise, like, "Hey,
What about you?
Dada, your man there." And I just have to pretend.
Matty is back. Matty, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm
we
in
can
London.
hear him. Phenomenal. Matty, you're a Fulham fan and you're co-host of the Ballsy Banter podcast. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
You got
I'm
a lot
one
of
of the
you got a lot of
podcasts,
Fulham
yes.
players playing in Euro 2012. Who should we be looking out for?
Well, we've been having a look at a lot of the bloggers and the podcasters picked certain teams, their certain favourites. A lot of us have been looking at Russia as kind of a dark horse, especially now after last night's game. We
Well,
are
especially
quite
after
happy,
last night, they won 4-1.
especially after last night, definitely. A lot of the bloggers and podcasters did a fantasy football league. A lot of them had Chesney as their goalkeeper, and it's brilliant. A collective bunch of people just go no all at one time.
I felt quite sorry. I thought he took
I
it
did.
really gracefully.
Yeah.
Sir Chesney, when he straight red.
Yeah.
So many players these days just argue the toss, get right in the referee's face, and he just looked at it and just casually.
Yeah,
walked
but I
off.
think, when you look around, you think, am I the last man? When you see your back four that's like 50 yards away from you, and they've played a little bit too far up the pitch, and you look around, you think, actually, there's not even anybody within 10 yards of me. I've got to go here.
He knew what he'd done, didn't he?
He's red card and just gone. If I touch this person, I'm getting sent off with the rate of this referee.
Yeah, the 2 yellow cards against Greece were very harsh, weren't they?
Against, what was
Against-
his name again?
It was very, very.
Yeah, papadabadabada.
Papa,
Yeah, that's the guy.
the referees, I think it was Carlos Carbola, right, he's a Spanish referee.
Yeah.
I think he had 19 games in the league last year. He sent off 16 players in 19 games. So is there not, sort of a bit of a clue what he's going to do? The first header that he got booked for, Pathopoulos, was a brilliant header. It wasn't
great.
even a
Very
foul.
good. Fair
And the next
challenge.
one, the lad sort of slipped and he sort of grabbed him. And you look at the referees, think, please don't have an influence on the game more than what the players do.
Crazy.
And then Howard Webb referees, obviously the Russia-Czech Republic game, doesn't book a player. So he can keep in control without actually booking
I
someone.
think they like harsh referees and they like soft referees. Try to find a
bit
middle
of
ground.
both, bit of texture.
Yeah.
Matty, you'll be following England during Euro 2012. How do you think they're going to do?
Well, my opinion is that for England, this is less of a tournament, more of a brick wall. So they'll get through the group and then run into Spain or Italy, and probably will get quite roundly beaten. I think if we get Italy, we've got more of a chance of getting through. If we get Spain, it should be an interesting game, definitely. But I only see quarters. Only one of our bloggers and podcasters on the last podcast we had said that England would get to the semi-finals. Everyone else is just saying quarter-final.
Well, I'm going to pick you a team that you're going to follow throughout the tournament. Okay.
Someone already took Sweden, which I'm gutted about. So.
Okay. This morning's machine is Guinevere, and the result is France.
Oh, mate.
Oh, That'll be interesting.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Quite good going. They're quite good at the back, so that'll be good. That'll be very interesting.
See the way his allegiance was going to change. They thought, well, really, I should support England, but France got half a chance of winning, haven't they? So he's in a no-lose situation.
He's going to have divided loyalties on Monday night. Matty, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Sports Tonight TV. Welcome back to Sports Tonight TV. Looking back on the first couple of games that we had yesterday, Poland-Greece, the opening game. Now, I didn't see the opening ceremony. Did any of you guys?
I saw the 10-minute lowlights.
What was it like?
Just the usual
was there a big football win? There's always a big football normally, isn't there, in the middle of the pitch?
Middle. Yeah,
and someone comes out, yeah, and
kids
like, kids from every nation.
Oh, that's right,
coming.
flags.
Yeah, normally.
Oh, there we are. There's a picture of the opening
Oh,
ceremony.
there's football. Honestly, I didn't see it. Normally the football opens up and someone comes out of it.
You should get a job at the Olympics, Perry.
Is like a designer.
Give Danny Boyle a run.
Do you know that is so, you know, sort of maverick, isn't it? To say, what should we do? I bet someone's being paid 250 grand. Someone else
That precise figure.
What are we going to come up with? Football in the middle of the pitch. What about that? And loads of flags of the colours of the nations.
And these kind of suits that are only ever worn at an opening ceremony, like massive, big all-in-ones, like giant babies.
And they never reflect.
They should have actually put orange ones like Guantanamo Bay, shouldn't they?
Giving a hard-line message to hooligans. This is what will happen if you mess around in our country.
They never reflect the...
How
Hello, mate.
you doing? You all right? Nice
I'm all right, mate. Hello, nice to meet you.
How's it going, mate?
This is Dan Magness, who's the
How's it going?
world champion.
With the flat
How you
head.
doing, pal? All right?
Yeah, good.
How's it going? I'm going to have a seat next to you, mate.
I thought that was super glue.
How's it
Hello,
going?
mate.
All right?
Very
That's
well.
how I used to pull girls in the pub. in my Arsenal kit, and but sellotape a ball to my head. They say, "What do you do?" I play a bit of football. It's always a good time.
This looks like a before and after photo.
This is what you turn into. I'd be happy if I was you.
I was hoping to keep my hair, but we'll see how it goes.
No, you're ginger. Ginger people don't keep hair. Trust me.
There you are, look at that back in the day, mate. Perry
Gone, mate.
Groves.
Flipping heck, yeah.
Lovely
That was
kit.
like looking in the mirror.
I love those old Football League logos.
Do you know what?
You used to
When I
stitch on yourself.
first saw that, I actually thought, I can't remember being captain for Arsenal.
Oh, that must have been...
It was obviously a black... honestly, when I first looked at it, obviously we were doing it as a mark of respect, but I tell people I was captain.
So, Dan, you're the world champion of keepy-uppys.
That's it, yeah. I hold the world record, yeah. I juggled the ball for 26 hours, going back a little while. So
26 hours?
26
non-stop?
hours, yeah, non-stop, yeah, straight through, yeah.
What did you do for like food and stuff?
Just ate and drunk while I was doing it, so, yeah.
But what about toilet?
Yeah, just went, you know.
You could do
What,
because
so
you
you
have
had
not.
stick on my head
You had
and
a big like Pampers thing on then.
something like that, nappies, yeah,
Is it
big
what it
nappy,
is?
mate. Yeah, it was, yeah.
You had a
yeah,
big nappy on, seriously?
No top on, big nappy, yeah.
Are you being serious?
George Dawes.
Oh, mate, how did you really go in there?
The thing is, you wouldn't think that was beyond the realms of possibility, though, would you? Think, well, how would you go to the toilet and have the Billy Connolly incontinence pants?
Exactly, yeah.
Get a bit heavy after a couple of hours.
So you stuck it on your head?
Yeah, I basically had to juggle it. It had to be in constant flow the whole
Yeah.
time. But every few hours you could go for a wee or whatever, so you just had to balance it on my head for a few minutes. And
Did you go for a number 2?
I didn't go for a number 2, no, I held it well.
For
yeah.
26
So
hours?
the
That's a
ball-
new world
Right.
record.
I
I don't know
know,
any
I know.
bloke who's
Yeah,
been able to
never
go
touched
26
it.
Never
hours.
touched the
easy.
ground for 26 hours.
Never
Ball
touched the
picked-
ground
So you
at
said
all.
to get your rest, you balanced it on your
I
head.
had to balance it on my head, yeah.
That's incredible.
So how
cheers,
did you
mate.
start
Yeah.
doing
Awesome.
keepy-uppys? How did it get into... How do you go from just prattling around in the park to becoming a world champion?
Yeah, to be honest, I used to want to be a footballer, like everyone does, but I couldn't run that fast. So got into doing the tricks and that. And yeah, by the time I was 11, I could juggle the ball all day long and used to like showing off, things like that. And then just got into it, won a few competitions, and then thought I might as well go and try and break the world record and managed to do it.
So when the game actually started, though, not that special. Could you imagine like warming up and seeing him do that and be like, that guy's a big guy. You know what? He's going to be brilliant as soon as it starts.
Honestly, I was on the subs bench then.
What, just warming up? Yeah. So just warm up, will you? Just keeping up. You can put me on in a minute.
Yeah.
So what was the previous world record?
Previous record was 19 hours. Actually.
So you did 7 more hours than you
Yeah,
needed to?
yeah. I broke it first. I broke the 19 hours. I done 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then after that, someone said, "Can you break it again?" I said, "Well, I'll take it to 26." But my main aim was just to get to 24. Really, I wanted to get there and then see where I'd go. So, just wanted to be the first person to do it.
Practice, right? So if you run a marathon, they say you do 18 hours. That's 18 miles, sorry, before you do it.
Yeah.
So did you say, like, got to go and practice, so I'll do 15, 16. And what do you think? What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. To be honest with you, it's quite difficult. Weather in this country is a nightmare, isn't it?
You can go indoors.
Yeah, I did go indoors. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you know what I mean? I need a lot of time to do it, so I've done a lot of it in my kitchen and stuff like that. I'll just be juggling the ball around the house, up and down the stairs.
During the world record attempt?
No, not during that. That was in a box. But I mean, in the training leading up to it and stuff, like in a glass box, of course, you know. Like,
of course, yeah.
Of course, what it is. Yeah.
David Bray.
So, and they had what? Someone from Guinness there and someone like an adjudicator?
Yeah, they came along and watched, and yeah.
There must have been times when they have stopped concentrating where you could have easily had.
Every few hours they had to change the people. They needed loads of independent witnesses and stuff, so they got people in and, you know, watched it, signed it off. Oh, that was 3 hours.
Oh, because it was too tiring for them. So you're keeping up for 26 hours like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit tiring, isn't it? 2 hours. Have a little change. It's fine.
What's your record, Perry?
What, keepy up?
Yeah.
I think it's probably just like the same. You know, when you're a kid, you out in the back. I didn't have many friends, to be fair. So you just think, right, so I have a telly.
You've got friends now.
Exactly. So no, we're just showbiz acquaintances, isn't it? I haven't got your number, so you can't be my friends.
Can we not?
Yeah. Okay. We changed numbers, then we've been. Yeah, just keeping the ball up in the back garden. Then probably, I don't know. I got to admit, probably got to about 150, 200, and then got bored.
Got bored.
Yeah, no, but it does help you with your touch. It does help you. So
does.
then what you do if you go right foot, left foot, then you think, right, I'll do my left foot all the time, then like your knees and then on your head and whatever. So I used to really enjoy it.
It's good fun. Chris, what's your record?
About 45. I was pretty poor at football.
I don't even know what my record is. What's yours?
About 16.
That's not bad. Now, the record...
I thought you would say 60.
Oh, no. Well, you know, you
so that bit in Willy Wonka when he goes, how many of you had? 2? 200? No, 2. 2? No one's ever had 2. 16. It's probably
it starts to go and then you do a really big one. And then you do your final one.
That's why you can't do it indoors. That's why it has to be.
Exactly.
You must have broke some ornaments, did you?
In the past I did, yeah. Normally when I was a kid though, mainly in the back garden, stuff like that, I was always breaking things.
I broke my great-grand's fabled jug about 1993. My mum was furious with me. I was doing keepy-uppys, so yeah. I would say to my kids, don't do it in the house, definitely. Yeah.
Well, it's about to break something else. It's about to break another record.
That's it, I'm going to do it, yeah.
This is incredible. It's going to keep it up for the entire tournament. Live here on Sports Tonight.
Just not
Keepy-uppys throughout the entire tournament. That's nearly a month's worth of keepy-uppys, and you'll be able to follow his progress on this show. It's going to start today.
Yeah, going to start in a little while. Yeah, I'm all warmed up, ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to give it my best shot.
Got a whole host of nappies and minders.
That's it, exactly.
Actually, you said about warmed up. You never get cramp.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you've got to be honest. I ate a lot of bananas and you know, like salt tablets, stuff like that to make
sure. Salt tablets.
You have to, yeah, because otherwise you can cramp up. It's mainly your calves. You imagine being on your feet for that amount of time. It can just go, and if it does go and you drop the ball once, it's all over. You make yourself a little bit silly. Do you know what I mean?
Did you get? You know when you're trying to beat your own personal best, and you know you're coming up to it, you get that. You get nervous, don't you? You get a little bit jittery. So when you got to the 19 hours,
19 hours. It was 19 hours and 30 minutes.
Right. So you must have had a clock ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It must have that. So when you got to the 18 and up to 19, you must have got a bit like
horrible, worst feeling in the world. I thought if I drop it now, I'm going to make myself look such an idiot. So yeah, I managed to do it though, which was the best thing.
So that was it. Like the couple of minutes before you knew you was going to break the record, then you feel that little bit of nervousness and tenseness, and then you get past that and you just go, I'm right now.
Done now.
Then you go start to enjoy it again.
Yeah,
what's your most reliable thing when you get the jitters? Do you go to your knees or do you go to the head?
Always the head
and
because,
neck.
Yeah, always head the ball because all the time you're heading it, you've got before it hits the floor to recover it. If you're on your feet and you drop it, it's all over. So you need to just keep it up there really. But
and during these world record attempts, have you always nailed it or have you failed?
I've always nailed it. Yeah. I've always done all right. Like,
so you're always brilliant.
There's been a few times.
I've
always nailed it.
There's been a few times when like I thought I'm gonna not do it, but I've always made sure I train hard enough and get doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so is that your job?
That's it.
Yeah, that's what you just go around like.
Yeah, I mainly do performances to music, stuff like that. I do like shows, half times at games and things like that. So
Would you do Have you done Britain's Got Talent?
Never done that one. No.
Maybe
he wants to keep his credibility.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, if a dog can
take my dog on there. Yeah.
What about a juggling dog? A ball juggling dog?
Yeah, that's 2013.
Could you keep up a dog?
Oh, I've done it before. Yeah.
They also hold the record for the longest distance travelled playing football.
That's it, yeah, juggling the ball, yeah. I've done two. I've done one last month actually. I went from Wembley to Old Trafford juggling the ball, but it was over a few days, so I slept at night and then just started again in the morning. But I was averaging about 30 miles a day doing it.
What, on foot?
On foot, yeah.
No, on his hands. Yeah. Doing with the soles of his feet.
You could have just got on a train and sort of sat there on the train doing it.
Yeah, no. I had to walk the whole way, so took a lot of the A roads and stuff. Didn't go on the motorway, but done a few big roads and yeah, managed to do it. That was a good one actually. That was for soccer.
The motorway, you make it up the M6. Yeah, you're stuck in traffic. Just get up to Stoke.
Yeah.
Normally think there's got to be an accident. There's a ginger bloke like jumping. The thing is, I wouldn't mind that. You'd actually think that was quite worth it, wouldn't it? You know, when you think, yeah, what is it? I want to know what the result is. That's fantastic.
Right, Dan, we're about to pick your team.
Oh, okay.
Euro 2012. Any preferences? Does anyone you particularly like?
Oh, no, not really. No, just do it. Get it done. Come on.
Here we go.
Give it to me.
And the team is...
Stop for a bit of tension.
Well, because it is tense. Italy!
Italy.
Oh. That could go either way. That could really go either
Well, the
way.
Italians probably know which way it's going to go.
Exactly. That's going back to Milan.
Absolutely, yeah. That's good. Indeed. Italy, happy with that?
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, fine. Yeah, you never know, do you? Be nice.
Well, they're historically a brilliant footballing side, aren't they?
Yeah, done well over the
not
years.
at the minute, they're not.
No.
When your Prime Minister actually says, you know what, I think we should pack in football for 3 years. You know,
That's
maybe
exactly what he said.
the whole country's maybe not behind us, because normally, like, your country will galvanise and you'll get together. But when even your own citizens are thinking, actually, yeah, this bribery and corruption's gone a little bit too long.
Yeah. Especially in Italy as well, of all countries to be saying, hey boys, wind your neck
It must
a bit.
be bad.
You can start, mate. It's incredible. We're like Rick Waller going, oi, off the biscuits. Whoa, of all people.
How's Rick Waller told you to stay off the biscuits?
No, a few people have. But not
Just
Rick
told him
Waller.
to stop dunking.
Makes
That's
two of
it.
us, mate.
Leave the dunking.
Rick Waller will be delighted that he's still a cultural reference
Yeah,
in 2012.
whatever happened to him, man? Is he still...
I think he exploded.
Still eating.
It's like off the
Rick, if you're watching, get in touch at Sports Tonight TV if you're on Twitter.
It's like the geezer out of Meaning Life, wasn't it? Just one more wafer thin mint.
I felt sorry for him in the end. He just couldn't sing in the end, could he? Oh, that was it. The fat affected his voice.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because he had no neck.
Well, I might have just made that.
Didn't Michelle McManus win it that year as well?
No, they're the same people. That's the same person.
Ah, is
they're
that
just
a
pot
different
dress
accent?
on.
Wig on.
We're getting bogged down in, frankly, things that are probably a little disrespectful, to be quite honest. It's a morning TV show. Welcome to the European Championships. It's very exciting. The Russia game yesterday was phenomenal, wasn't it? Late breakfast. We're on Sports Tonight TV. The Russia game last night was amazing.
It reminds you how good the European Championships are. We were saying you forget, it creeps upon you, the Euros. Like, it's not as big as the World Cup. Once it starts, you suddenly realise there's so much quality in the teams that, like, all the games are going to be fantastic. It was a great start, a great first day.
Sometimes, you know, these big tournaments, you think of South Africa, I mean, from England's point of view, it was dreadful. But as a whole tournament, it really failed to ignite, didn't it, 2010? This looks like, from day one,
Boom.
It's going to be exciting.
Exactly. The thing that was unusual is normally the opening games are cautious, aren't they? That
right,
both teams don't want to get beat. But the Poland-Greece game, Poland went out, didn't they? High energy, like closing people down. Lewandowski missed a few chances. They should have been 3 or 4 up at half-time. Then I just thought that the Greece coach, Santos, played an absolute blinder tactically.
Yeah.
Like, Salpanidis, who came on as sub, when your team's like down to 10 men and you're 1-0 down against host nations and the manager says, look, I want you to go on and you see what you can do. Just run about a bit. You know, you're thinking, yeah thanks. We're getting battered, down to 10 men. He took Ninnis off, who's their playmaker. And I don't know if there's ever been a better sub introduction in any major tournament than Salpanidis, because he scored, got the penalty, got successfully sent off, and then he scored again, but it was disallowed for offside, wasn't it? So the impact he had on the game was
massive.
phenomenal. And when you looked at that, you think, we thought this was going to be quite boring. And then they go for it. And then the Russia-Czech Republic game, and I did a show with Chris and I on Wednesday, I think it was, and I said, I thought this is the weakest group, that Russia would be the dark horses, and I'm not trying to be wise after event. And then my only query is the little man we got there, Arshavin, right?
Incredible.
That wasn't that was Arshavin's twin brother last night. that was Alan Arshavin, because Arsenal, he's brilliant for 2 months, brilliant at St. Petersburg. Arsene Wenger normally develops players. He actually undeveloped Arshavin. He made him a worse player because he played him wide left. You see him play last night. Arsenal fans were looking at it going, why can't you play like that for us?
Yeah.
Because he was absolutely like phenomenal last night.
What do you think the difference is? Just playing with teammates and people of the same language, and he just feels more at home in that setup?
I think because he's a star. In Russian football, he is the poster. I know I'm not saying to pin up.
So it's sort of psychological.
Yeah, he feels at home. He's playing in his best position where he can play centrally and just roam and do what he wants. He doesn't have to track back. When he's playing for the Goonies, he played him left side, wasn't the main player, and Arsenal fans were getting the ump with him because every time he lost the ball, he didn't track back. Now in his Russian team, he doesn't have to because he's just like that. It's not my job. And then you had Kirchikov up front playing with his own personal Jabulani because everybody else was playing with decent ball. That was the ball that was flying all over the place. And then Pavlyuchenko comes on, makes one and scores one, right? And Kirchikov, although his team obviously won 4-1, as a centre forward, you're sitting there, you've got to pretend that you're pleased for the team. But as a centre forward, you're like that. I've run around for 65, 70 minutes. He comes on for 15 minutes, makes one, scores one. I ain't playing the next game. So in the dressing room, you've got to pretend, jumping around, and you're thinking, oh, that ain't gone well for me there.
We'll have more reaction to yesterday's games and looking forward to the rest of the tournament as well on Sports Tonight TV. Welcome back to Late Breakfast. Tom Parry is attempting his own go on the keepy-uppy record. Right, here we go. Whoa. Right, start again. What? Oh, at least try and control it.
Basics first, right? Basics first.
Oh, man, alive.
That's your record.
That's my personal best.
I think you split your trousers doing
You've got
that
a head
one.
like a Toblerone. Look, one of Windows.
How many was that?
That was about 50, wasn't it?
That wasn't 50. Right, start again.
He's
and
in
be
total
sensible.
control.
You've got to be sensible.
Here we go.
Calm
Start it
yourself,
normally.
settle.
This is for real.
Sweepstake, yeah?
8,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, 7.
Tom Parry scores 6.
6.
It's Chris's go. Let's see how Chris does.
Right, it's about 5 to 2 that one of these screens gets smashed.
Well, I'll
You're
be,
right
I'll
there.
be in
It's
goal,
going to
so it's
happen,
fine.
innit?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I think you might be right-footed.
4.
Good clearance.
Yeah.
That might get me in the Scotland team.
Parry, do you want to?
You'll get a game with that talent, mate.
Parry, let's have a look, mate.
Have a go with these
Bit
boots
of
on.
professional action. Here we go.
Yeah, I want to see this now.
Arsenal legend.
This is
Parry
how it's
goes.
done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, he's got it, innit?
8,
Yeah.
9,
Here we go.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Don't know why you bothered getting me in. Choosed him.
Well, while Parry's doing that, let's continue
Fair
our
play,
discussion
mate.
about last night's game. Russia looked
Hold it,
absolutely...
what do you mean? You can't ignore this.
Look at
I
this!
spent years doing this.
That's really impressive. Oh, well played,
Fair
mate.
play, mate. Fair play. Still got it.
Dan will be showing us how to really do
know what?
it later on in the
I'm
show.
a late developer. I couldn't do that when I played. I'm happy with that. That was fantastic.
That was
I
really
wore
good.
these boots.
Maybe it's the ball.
The ball. Shh.
They do make a
Tell
difference.
no one. Yeah, you're not
That is
looking at
a
it
bit
now.
sticky. It does make a difference.
Does it?
Yeah,
What,
decent ball makes a difference.
It's a little bit...
Yeah.
When you say sticky, do you mean sort of like it feels like it's
Yeah.
gluey?
Yeah,
almost?
exactly, yeah.
And that makes it easier to control.
Yeah. Then I think it was the Tango was the World Cup 82 ball, wasn't it?
That's right.
And that when we got them to train, it was like a load of little kids because we used to have the Mitre multiplexes.
Yeah.
Used to fly like the Wembley Trophy balls.
Yeah.
We got the Tango ball, and all the players were like, oh, this is fantastic. Psychologically, it made you felt that you had a better touch. Seriously.
Wow.
Stop telling everyone. You're gonna put
Oh no, I'm not saying. I'm not
Ruin
sure
my
I can do.
career,
I've
yeah.
only done 20 now. I think I can do 26 hours.
Does that really make a difference, though, Dan? Which ball you would use for your world record attempt?
Yeah, oh, definitely. For the world record attempt, I always like to use an official match ball because it's such a long period of time as well. If you get a cheap ball, sometimes they can go down. Do you know what I mean? And you might not. It might
Yeah,
not
but
be
you're not
as
going to do it
pumped
with
up.
those £1 jobbies from Skegness.
No, no, of course not.
Those
No, no.
flyaways.
Someone opens the door.
Worse than a flyaway. Oh, man.
Do you remember your first leather football you got? It's incredible, wasn't it? You flyaways to about 11 years old, and then you
Flyways
don't
used to
know.
have the team names on the side. The first division teams at the time, and I was like Oxford.
Really?
Yeah.
Oxford were in the first division.
I don't remember getting like branded team
Yeah.
ones.
It used to be like,
Miters, mate, were the best.
yeah, the leather ones are Mitre multiplex
with
with
the
the
arrows
panels.
on, yeah.
But Wembley, can't remember the orange ball, the Wembley Trophy. That's when you
Yeah.
went from the plastic to a sort of match ball, Wembley Trophy,
Yeah.
and then you went to the. If your dad bought you like for Christmas or your birthday with your turkey and your oranges, we're going to see them at Christmas. Then he bought you like a level football with the black and white.
Yeah, that's right, the old match of the day type
First
stuff.
Exactly,
two panels,
Yeah,
right,
exactly,
on
yeah.
it.
So,
like that one.
So
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then your relationship with it would deteriorate. You'd say, I'm never playing with it on concrete.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let your sister kick it.
Yeah, I'm not taking it over the
And
garage.
after about 2 weeks, son it.
And one we had used to have its own little net. You'd bring your own little net in. You used to carry around a little net.
right,
I've got a Liverpool with a little net.
I've got the match ball from the last time Nottingham Forest got promoted. I ran on the pitch. I pitch invaded after we beat Yeovil a few years ago. The last game of the League One season. Ran on, got it, and I've still got it at home. And I swore blind I'd never, but I've had the old little like headers with it. That's going to end up underneath a car somewhere in South London. Now, the predictions, folks. We've all got our own predictions for the tournament, but I don't think any of us can rival the psychic cat. Now, we saw him in part 1 going mental when he was whipped. He's now, apparently, made his predictions for the rest of the tournament, so I think we can join him now.
So welcome back to the flat here in Donetsk, and we've got our predicting cat down here who's going to give us some score predictions for the Group B matches on Saturday. We're going to start off with Holland against Denmark. Do you think Holland will win? He's thinking about it, not quite sure. Do you think Denmark will win? Do you think it might be a draw? He's gone for the draw. He's gone for the draw in the Holland-Denmark game. Next up, Germany-Portugal. Germany? No, it doesn't fancy. Portugal. He's gone for a Portugal win. So there you have it. The predicting cat has gone for Portugal and a draw in the first game. So it's Portugal in the draw. Predictions from the Ukraine cat.
There you go. That's the psychic Ukrainian cat.
That Nigel there, he actually thinks the cat can speak. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. But don't you normally put 2 bowls of food and they go that one? So you sort of overload one with food and you go that way. No?
He's been on the old homemade hooch you were talking about.
Who's that? Nigel or the cat? Both of them.
Both of them have, I think. I mean, do you reckon that's a good shout, a draw for the first game, and then Portugal to prevail in the second?
I think Germany will win tonight, definitely.
You think Germany will beat Portugal?
Yeah, I think Germany will win all their games. I think they'll 9 points out of 9 in the groups, and I think they'll go on and win the tournament.
But Portugal have got Ronaldo and Nani, and the cat likes them.
The latter is a
But
big
you're forgetting Portugal have
favourite.
Pepe at the back from Real Madrid, and he is like a mistake waiting to happen all the time. Yeah, we think that Joe Barton's a little bit like crazy. This Pepe puts him into a contact.
really?
Really?
He's a lunatic. Pepe's a lunatic. He'll get sent off. I'll guarantee out the 3 games, he'll get sent off in one of them. He's mad.
Really?
He's a lunatic. If he's getting a run around, right, and he'll just go and boot someone or chin someone or elbow someone. Honestly, he's
Do you think he
mad.
looks like a pit bull terrier?
Yeah,
He does,
yeah,
doesn't
but
he? He's got that kind
a
of
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, fearsome. I wouldn't want to get alongside him.
That sounds great. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
A few red cards.
So are they good odds on that in terms of betting?
Oh, Pepe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always one of the favourites to get booked. So yeah.
First yellow card, there you go.
It's good to know.
You got to watch that in the pub, haven't you? You can't see. That's the thing. If you sit home watching the game and
Oh,
there's a red
yeah.
card, are you going to celebrate?
No, but for those kind of games in the pub, that's fine. The ones that like are just fun to watch, but when it really matters and when you just need to knuckle down and support, I reckon stay at home. It's for the important games you have to stay at home.
Thing is, I mean, I know we don't like. Historically, we don't like the Germans, do we? But then there's a grudge and respect now because they're so efficient and they've started playing. Joachim Low is their manager. He's treating it like an 1830 holiday, isn't he? He's saying like, no, he said, didn't he? Between games, have a drink, didn't he? Say, have a
he's
smoke.
smoking as well.
They've got a love day where the women come in.
smoke?
Yeah, he said, whatever you makes you feel comfortable. Fill your boots, son.
But
That's
cigarettes.
great. Until you lose, if they lose their first game.
Well,
I'll be like that.
Turn up
Now
like
we go back. Yeah, exactly.
off the back of a love day.
Mind that.
A love day.
Imagine if somebody like Closer went, Gaffer, I'm not being funny, I'll miss out, I'm a bit hungover. You know, the first game, like, put me on the bench, I'm feeling a little bit bilious.
Now, Chris,
Yeah.
you're a betting man.
I am.
And some people say that betting is the new rock and roll.
I do.
In what regard?
It's just. I'm just seeing a lot of younger people get involved with it these days because it's. You can watch. We all love football. We all love sport, and this could make it better betting as well. There's so many things you can bet on now. You know, from first goal scorer to will there be a goal in the next 10 minutes, and you get the pub. You can watch the game in the pub, and you can it could pay for your whole drinks. Huh?
But when people say rock and roll, you
Yeah.
think stadiums, tour buses, and girls.
There's something massively sexy about being in the pub.
About watching a Chinese movie.
Watching a load of men play football with a load of
Being in
mates,
a pub
and he
watching-
drinks rosé.
Big glass of rosé
Yeah.
wine.
Being at the pub, watching your winning bet come in, and then just thinking, I'm the king of the world, man. I am the king of the world, and I'm going to pool tonight as well. It's part of that
Do
subculture.
girls wait outside William Hill?
Oh, generally, no. Well, generally, I've been in a few dates where I've said I work in the betting industry. Like, oh, how can you look at yourself in the mirror? So, well, you bog off with that attitude, frankly. Betting's changing.
That's rock and roll. That's rock and roll. So you're never going to get betting groupies, to be fair, are you?
I think eventually we will, Perry. I get it. We saw yesterday. A historic moment for me was the BBC's coverage yesterday. They did a 2-3 minute piece about the betting odds, just purely about the betting odds, about half an hour before the game. I was just like, oh my God, this is progress. The BBC wouldn't even say the word betting 20 years ago. It would have some horrible reference to it in EastEnders with some gambling addict. Now the BBC flagship show are having a betting preview, and that for me is fantastic. Progress.
Do you think it's where, obviously, football now is taken over from horse racing as amount of money it's bet anyway? So obviously football being on telly has helped massively. And in betting shops, I actually think the no smoking ban has done people massive. I know the old boys used to go in there and have a woodbine and watch it. But now, if I used to go and put a bet on, I used to think, I don't do that. I'm going to stink of fags when I come out of there. But now it's made it quite trendy, isn't it? The betting shops you're in now, they're quite trendy.
Are you much of a betting man yourself, Perry?
I do accumulators. Yeah, I'm not like a massive bet man on the Paul Merson sort of stakes, you know. And I keep saying, Merce, you haven't got a gambling problem. You're not a gambling holic, you're just rubbish. If you're good, it isn't a problem, is it? It's got to dawn you one day that you are rubbish. So I just have me accumulate. The best thing that I think has come in latterly is both teams to score in every game. Yeah. Because if you're watching in the pub or you're watching Gillette Soccer Saturday or whatever, if you have an accumulator, when your team goes 2-3-0 down, that's your bet gone. Yeah. But if you have both teams scoring a game, your bet's live for 90, 92 minutes.
And 98 another Man United.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, talking about Man, I won, I think it was about 450 quid. I had 7 teams both to score, so 14 teams to score. And Man United battered Blackburn. They were 6-0 up, I think, at Old Trafford. Said Blackburn give in. And my bet was still alive. And you think there'd be a consolation goal. And Christopher Salmon got a consolation goal. And you say betting is sexy, then you're like celebrating. I won 452 quid for a team that got beat 7-1. Yeah.
But that's the upside of betting, isn't it? I understand the rush that gambling. I do the odd accumulator here and there, but I'm not much of a betting man. When I think of gambling, I think of Gala Casino. It's 5:30 in the morning. There are Chinese men everywhere looking disappointed. That is what gambling looks like in the stark light of day.
Well, I think that attitude's changing. It really is, and we're evolving into a much more culturally acceptable form of entertainment. It's part of the leisure industry, betting now. And you're talking about nice bets, fun bets that people can get to the pub and people just watch the game. The overs as well, over 2.5, over 3.5. I think some sort of underwater noise. Over 2.5. Oh, you can bet on how many goals will be in the game. So if you bet over 2.5, then you're cheering on goals all the time. So even if you're in neutral, you're wanting goals all the time.
What's the maximum bet you've ever had? The most on one bet?
I put £50.
You crazy cat.
I put 50 quid on there being a general election. You know when Gordon Brown almost called that general elections? I put 50 quid on that at odds of 8-1. And I genuinely thought I was in. I really thought I had.
Did you have inside knowledge when you were?
Well, obviously not, because the election wasn't called, so there was no. I was working for the Labour Party, and I thought there's bound to be an election. There's no way. There's no way that you can come back.
Nothing like 20 quid.
What about yours?
No, it's not. No, I'm not. It's not in big school ever. Man City were playing at home when Shay Given was playing in golf for Man City against, I think it was against Wolves, and Man City were 2-5, which is like put 500 quid on, you win 200 quid. And Wolves were pants. Man City were flying at the time, so I thought it's easy money. So I put 500 quid on to win 200, and sat down. It was a 1 o'clock kickoff, so sat down to watch it. Man City go 1-0 up. You think that's it? I'm thinking there's my money. For the next, I'd say 60 minutes, Wolves battered them. Shay Given was pulling saves out all over the place, and the last 15 minutes, I couldn't watch it. I'd actually go in the back garden, just sit at the end of the bed, just sit there like that, and look at me watch, thinking, I've lost 500 quid here. If Wolves equal, like, I'm stuffed. And it was the longest 15 minutes of my, honestly. They won 1-0 in the end, so I won me 200 quid, and I just thought, I've got away with that. I don't want to go. The people who put that sort of money on, and apparently it's the buzz. It's the buzz. There was no buzz there for me at all. There was no fix as well. Honestly, it was complete fear.
How do you feel about the consolation bet? Because I know my mate always bets against the team like England. He'll bet on France.
So he can win either way.
So that if England lose, you get a bit of cash. And if England win, you don't mind that you've lost 20 quid.
If my son did it, I'd disown him.
Really?
Yeah.
Betting against your own team is disloyal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just you don't roll at that. Huh?
Yeah, I could never, if Arsenal playing Spurs, I could never, even if Spurs were the best, I could never bet on Spurs. No chance.
We'll talk about this a little bit more after the break. You're watching Late Breakfast with Matt Forde, Tom Parry, Perry Groves and many more. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Late Breakfast. All right, Tom.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
We're talking about betting there. Do you are you a bit much of a betting man?
If I'm going to a game, then I'll go and have a bet beforehand. First goal scorer, last goal scorer.
On the game that you're watching.
Yeah. Just keep it interesting.
See, we've got an expert there. Out in the Ukraine now, our man, Nigel Seeley, a.k.a. the Bet Butler. Good morning, Nige.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, good.
Now, you look like you're staying in a flat from the 1970s. Are you at my uncle's house?
I'll tell you what, it was well before that. I think this was a set for George and Mildred.
What are the surroundings like?
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, show us around.
Okay, right. I'll show you around.
Put your knickers on first.
Who lives in a house like this?
I do me Lloyd Grossman. Who you can see out there. I don't know if you can see the in the distance there the lovely. It's like a view over Springfield with the industrial everything in the background. I mean, at the front of the.
Yeah, all you're actually showing us is your
yourself.
face, mate.
I only seen. I can't see the other side. Sorry.
Yeah, you've got to point the camera at where you want us to look.
It's can't you see that?
It just looks like something off Holidays from Hell. What is
Well,
this?
I mean,
Did you volunteer at the Jubilee?
That's
Just where they put all the volunteers or something in it.
That's the good part of the side of it. I mean, to be fair, I mean, all the apartments here are very similar. I mean, you've seen some on their websites, we've seen some accommodation some of the England fans are staying in, and they're all very, very similar. Really, that's what you expect when you come out. The hotels are so expensive, but you know, this country is something. Look, you know, it's about 15 years behind where we are. The way their life is. This is really what you expect. But we've got good sport on, we've got good channels, we've got Wi-Fi in the flats. It's not that bad on that kind of level.
So is there plenty of Rick Astley music fun around then?
I mean, I think Nina's #1 here with 19. We just saw Men in Black at the cinema, but it wasn't the new one, it was the first one. And I mean, and the cars, you see some of the cars. I mean, honestly, I think if I could come out with my Mondeo, I would be a real magnet out here. But it's pretty weird to see. But I mean, the room, the decor, as you can see, the paintings on the wall and the things, it's a bit different from home.
And what are the local amenities like? Have you got local bars and kebab shops?
We can't call out for a pizza. I don't think anyone will come to where we are to deliver it. That's the first thing. But I mean, you say local amenities. It's time now. It's 1:15 out here, and we still haven't got any running water. So
what time does it usually turn on in Ukraine?
Well, usually they say it stops at 10 o'clock at night and it goes on again at 5 in the morning. But today there's nothing, so we've got no running water there. But the bars in the city are all right. I mean, there's a couple. There's a Golden Lion bar, which basically is where all the England the fans are going to be, and there's a bar called Liverpool, which is where all the England fans are going to be. That's their base. But it's like a one main street. If you go off the street, you go into the place you don't really want to be going.
Why? What's around there?
Well, it's just a different kind of life. I mean, there's not many bars built up areas. It's sort of like equivalent of our sort of terrace council estates and that kind of thing. And it's just you just don't want to sort of stay away. The English fans are basically staying in one main place. There's one main square, the Golden Lion bar, and that is what's been taken over by the English area.
Now, this cat that was in the flat, what on earth? Did the landlord leave it there as a present?
Well, I think he told us. How much did he say the cat weighs? 9 kilos. He weighs 9 kilos, the cat. I mean, he's a big old unit.
That's
it's
a
big
puma.
old unit. I mean, I'm petrified of cats anyway. That's one of my biggest fears. And no one told me from Sports Night Live when we were going to go here, you're going to go in a sharing room with a cat. And that, I come out, my eyes start, I get itchy, everything. But anyway, that's what I'm telling the missus when I come back with all them allergies. But anyway, the thing is, the cat here, it just overrun. It takes over our life. He held us hostage in one room. We just couldn't get. We wouldn't get out of him. And every time out the door, he hisses. He's pretty clever. I said to my wife the other day when she saw the clip on the telly. She said to me, "Of course he wouldn't move off the bed because he doesn't understand English." Which I thought.
That's a fair point.
But
you need to trap it.
No. It's just so big, and it's everywhere you go. It's really nice as pie when the owner's there. As soon as the owner goes out, it just turns like it's just not for me.
Apparently, we're being told that the cat is British. It's a British breed, a British blue cat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not bringing it back for anyone.
Yeah, we read it online.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not really an expert on cats, and to be fair, this one is one of the most scariest things I've ever seen. So, I mean, I've been accused of being a bit wimpy about it and being a bit of a scaredy cat. But I tell you what, it's not for me, no.
Nigel, if you look at it from the cat, you are in his flat. It's you's invaded his area.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, I just don't like them anyway, Perry. I just don't like cats. Mate. I don't like cats. If it was a big, massive dog here, we had a horse in the house, I'd be fine with that. But the cat, no. And it's not just the cat. It's the scariest cat you've ever seen in your life, mate.
Nigel, what are your plans for the rest of the day?
We're off today now to go and meet some of the England boys. There's a whole group of them out here now. There's probably, yesterday there was about 15 in the city. Now there's probably about 200. Meeting them down at the stadium. We went out with a few of the lads last night, a few English fans. Had a good night with them. And we're meeting the bands that were coming in either today or early tomorrow morning.
What?
And tomorrow we are going to the airport and we are on the search for Jack Butland. We don't even know what he looks like. Tomorrow to find Jack Butland and Martin Kelly. We've already got a Ukrainian guy to do a banner, and it's got the Ukrainian Jack Butland fan club, which is going to be great.
Amazing. Nigel, the Bet Butler. Enjoy the rest of the tournament, mate. We'll speak to you next week.
Great stuff. Cheers.
Cheers, nice.
Yeah, mate, the legend out there in Donetsk. Guys, have any of you guys been to Eastern Europe?
Hungary was lovely, yeah. But I didn't. He's not selling Ukraine very well, is he?
Not at all, no.
I went to Prague.
Stag do?
No, I went actually culturally, if you don't mind. See that you put me right into stereotypes.
Whoa.
Stag do. Must be the stag do. No, I went to what's called Old Town Prague.
Yeah.
Which has got all the cathedrals and the Gothic buildings. Like, that's my missus trying to like soften the edges or whatever. And it was stunning. It was absolutely stunning, Prague. Nice. I'd advise anybody to go there. You go over, I think it's the Charles Bridge. You go to the political centre and then come back. Yeah. But that was really good and really nice. But the thing is, they're so abrupt that you think they're being rude.
It's just their way of life.
It's just the way. It's exactly how they are.
What like? They just go.
Well, she say, "Oh, excuse me, mate, can I have a beer and a rosé wine?"
And they just go,
no, just a beer, rosé. Yes. How much, mate? It's 20 kroner. Okay, thanks. And you think, oh, sorry, have I upset you? Yeah. But it's not. It's very, very, very sharp.
I performed at the Krakow Derby once. I went over there. The old that was one of the. That was a dangerous old place. That I'll tell you. Yeah, that wasn't the. Yeah, that was it was a crazy old fans. It's really weird. Yeah. No, it was a amazing place. I loved it out there. I'd like to get back out there.
Yeah, Panorama painted that picture very well. Very lovely place.
Perry, have you been out to Eastern Europe? You must have been
I've done Croatia, Latvia, Slovenia.
Stag do's?
No, again, cultural.
Rubbish. Yeah, but you must have had a bit of a swig when you're out there.
Oh yeah. The beers, like the beer's amazing. And in my experience, you go to these they're not even bars. They're more like drinking halls.
Like sort of dancing bars.
Well, it's cultural. No, but you sit down, you finish your drink, and they just bring you another one. Boom. Yeah. They just expect you to drink
for free.
Well, no, you have to pay at the end, but like the amount of beers that they get through over there, it's just a way of life.
It's cheap as well, isn't it?
And it's great beer, and it's really cheap. Yeah.
It's 90p a pint in Serbia when I was there. Yeah. 90p.
And beautiful women and gorgeous buildings, and I mean, I know that.
That was fantastic. You said you went to Latvia, didn't you? So I went Croatia for culture. The first thing you spoke about, beer. Massive glasses, just put one straight away down on your table.
Yeah. What's the food like out there?
Simple, lots of sausage and stuff like that. It's very meat based, but it's
good.
It's not bad at all.
So you got your rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. He's a vegetarian.
Yeah,
do you believe that? Yeah. Sorry, I should have told you guys.
I'm semi as well.
You're a vegetarian.
What do you mean semi? I'm a half vegetarian.
Well, I suppose you have veg with your dinner. I'm half
vegetarian. I eat chicken.
I eat chicken. Well, then you're not a vegetarian.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm half vegetarian.
Chickens aren't really animals.
One foot in, 1 foot out.
One chlorine, one out. Now, Nina joins us from the World Football Daily. Hello, Nina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, whereabouts are we talking to you from? It looks like you're in a sort of low-lit villa.
No, I'm actually at home, but I don't know if the lighting is very good. I can't actually even see myself at the moment.
Well, then it can't be.
Don't turn the electricity on like the Bet Butler's got in Ukraine. The water doesn't come on until like 1 o'clock. Mina's flat, the electricity don't come on.
Nina, are you out in Poland and Ukraine?
Somehow.
But you're still in Britain?
I am still in Britain. I'm only down the road from you guys.
Just turn the light on.
The light is on. It's sunlight. Do you have to have other light?
Well, yeah. You look like you're trying to protect your identity.
I
am. Jerry Adams doing your voice in a minute.
You're 4 months on one.
Put the lights on, Nina. We can't see you.
Mate.
Can you
It's starting to look like a documentary.
There, can you see me better now? Get up.
So, Nina, we're looking forward to the weekend's action. Two massive games.
Nina. Why do people keep calling me Nina?
Mina.
Mina.
Mina, I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me.
It's the way I pronounce my M's. Mina, we're looking forward to 2 big games in Group B. How do you see those games going?
I don't actually know, to be honest. I was like sure that they would go a particular way, but I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit. But because they all have weaknesses, so it's just about who can exploit the weaknesses in the best way possible. Germany have to win their game. They probably will, because Portugal is, in my opinion, rather not a very good team at the moment. They have good men at the back, a great defence, except that they concede a lot, despite the great names that are listed at the back, including Pepe, Bruno Alves. It's not exactly the kind of, they conceded 12 in qualifying, which is not what you should concede with those star names at the back. Their midfield lacks creation, it's a bit slow, it was easily overwhelmed against Turkey. So when it comes to Germany, I think they will suffer. But for the Germans, now I think they should, if football was fair, I said that all along, I think they should be winning this. But at the same time, they have a problem in the sense that they haven't really had much time to prepare. And then you look at the main guys like Schweinsteiger, like Miroslav Klose, Per Mertesacker, they're all suffering from form and injuries, and they need to get back in shape. And that's really effectively the spine of the team. So they really need a win today. Otherwise, Joachim Löw doesn't really like changing his star players, but he might have to start with, Mario Gomez up top, who, in my opinion, is not exactly the striker I'd want to see.
No, looking at the Holland game, a lot of people are tipping Holland to win the tournament. How do you fancy them?
No, I don't think they'll win the tournament. Call me old-fashioned, but I think if you have a bad defence, you're not going to win anything. And I think they have a diabolically bad defence. So, yeah, they can score. So if they, they could do a whole Brazil and just go on attack and never ever face the back four. The good thing about them, though, is that they do have De Jong and Mark van Bommel in midfield. So that provides some sort of shield for the back four. But barring Van der Wiel, honestly, that back line is just so susceptible to so many errors. And I said that was the problem with Poland, and obviously Greece exploited that quite well, and you saw that, other than the fact that Szczesny did his best impression of the clown last night. But problems in defence, that's how you lose games, and that's what I think Holland is their major weakness, is that they don't really have a great back line, and they're relying on an 18-year-old in a full-back position. Yes, he's a great 18-year-old, but he's still 18, so... And
what sort of Holland do you think we're going to see? Traditionally revered for total football, but then in the World Cup final of a couple of years ago, really disgraced themselves with the way they just tried to hack Spain out of it. Do you think we'll see a changed side this tournament?
Yeah, it's definitely a changed side. I don't think they're going to be as defensive as probably they were in the World Cup. Not so much the German efficiency, but rather more of a Dutch flow about them. And they should do that, because it's really up top that they have their best talents, It's kind of an embarrassment of riches. So, Van Persie works well when he has 2 wingers, which means that Huntelaar won't play, which is a shame, because I think he's a spectacular striker. I would love to see him play up top alongside Van Persie, but I don't know if we're ever going to see that. But I think he actually plays well with another striker alongside him. Then you have, Schneider. If he, these 2 wingers. If you opt for Huntelaar, then where does he play? And it's a case of you can't fit all of them in together, so you're going to have to sacrifice one of them, and it'll be interesting to see who they sacrifice for. It probably will be Huntelaar. But going forward, they scored 37 in qualifiers. They are definitely the team that know how to get goals.
I know everybody thinks this is given Mina for Holland, but Denmark, they're pretty underrated. They topped Portugal's group, and they've got a young lad called Eriksson who plays like a central midfield role. He could be one of the stars of the tournament.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about Eriksson, who today has been linked with a move to Serie A because he likes Italian football, so he gets a big thumbs up from me. if you're relying on a 20-year-old, I mean, he's a wonderful 20-year-old to keep possession. That is effectively how they play their game. They like to dictate tempo. They like to hold on to possession. They are a side that sort of play the kind of football that sees them very difficult to break down. But then they're faced against pace and power, and that I'm not quite sure how well they're going to deal with that in the end. Also with Eriksen, as much as I think that he's a great talent, they do rely on him quite a bit. But secondly, I think that sometimes he makes quite juvenile errors in his decisions, and he doesn't really know how to always make the right decision going forward. Sometimes doesn't really exploit the chances he gets in the best way possible. And, you know, that's very indicative of his age. You know, in a few years' time, he'll get even better. But they have talent, they do, but I cannot see them doing something spectacular against Netherlands.
Now, Mina, you're on Sports Tonight tomorrow morning with the Euro breakfast from 8 a.m. What can we expect?
You can expect to see my face in full.
Is that why you're holding it back? So that you can give it
reveal yourself.
The big reveal tomorrow.
Exactly. What can you expect? You can expect a great show that won't focus so much on English football, but rather all the other teams in the Euro 2012. We'll be talking about the Group of Death. We'll be talking about Spain, Italy, Republic of Ireland, all the other groups, just judging their chances. And we've got great lineups, Skypers, including Ralf Honigstein, and some of the big names from Poland and Ukraine. So it's definitely worth watching.
Lovely. Mina, thanks very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
There you go. That's,
Thanks, Mina.
That's
See you,
Mina.
Mina. See you, Mina.
Identity will be fully revealed. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning on Sports Tonight.
And it's really a man. That's going to be that's going to be the kick.
Big moustache.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, we were talking about betting earlier. I mean, one of the reasons I don't get into betting too much is because I think it can drive a man mad. I mean, I've been at games like
You get overexcited at the best of times, don't you?
But mid-season, you always know who's betting because there'll be like a 0-0 draw between like Forest and Grimsby, and on the 88th minute there'll be some guy boggle-eyed screaming his head off. I think, mate, we're going to finish 8th anyway. Why are you going berserk? Screaming. I worry about that I would get addicted to it.
Yeah, well, you've got an addictive personality, haven't you? This is the man who got addicted to Greg's pasties.
Yeah, but we've all been in that boat.
Not bad.
The gravy boat.
What flavours are just pasties in
steak
general?
bake.
Just steak bake.
I mean,
not curry. Not
but this was the thing. I mean, like betting, you know, and like acid tabs in Grange Hill, they got me young and they got me cheap. I mean, I got into veg pasties when they were retailing for like 35p a pop back in the old Bragg's days.
It's a gateway snack, isn't it?
It absolutely is a gateway snack. I mean, and let us just say, you know, I applaud the government for their U-turn on that tax. That tax was an attack on my way of life. That was people talk about.
Greg's got me like the big sausage rolls, one for £1, two for £1.50.
Oh,
how can you not? But then I used to leave half of the second one, just to think that I haven't ate it all. So I've been really good. Yeah, a little bit better. I said I could have ate 2, but I only ate 1.
Oh, I've been good. I've been good. I only 1.5.
Yeah, what were you doing with the other half?
You should have saved it before.
Put it in the fridge. So make cold, so eat it run. Don't waste it.
But you would eat it later.
Yeah, later on, but maybe not. You know, within like an hour, 2 hours.
Now we're going to go to the Butler in just a few seconds. He's got some news. God only knows what is going on out there. Here he is. What's the news?
Water's on.
You won't believe this, mate. You will not believe it. You know, I said it was a third world country out here and totally different from back home.
Yeah.
I just put on the telly and I thought it must be something on Ukrainian TV to watch. You won't believe who's on it.
Let's have a look.
Show you who's on.
You're going to have to turn the camera around, mate. What is that?
That's your guest in
Oh
the
my
studio.
God!
That's me.
That must be a record.
That's it.
What have you been? Wow! Look at that action.
Yeah. Wow. There
We'll
you
be
go.
seeing some of that later
That's
in the show live here. So you've been out.
That's incredible.
I've been out there, yeah. I did a TV show. It's on tomorrow, actually, on Challenge. It's called Football Freestyler, and obviously they bought it and are showing it out there. So yeah, looking good.
Simultaneous shows, what a man.
That's it.
What are the odds on that, being in 2 shows at the same
I know.
time?
Well, you tell us your job.
Yeah.
Hold it. It's Chris's job. What are the odds on that? Tell us.
Nigel, thanks for joining us, mate.
No worries, mate. No worries.
We'll speak to you
Nice
again
one,
soon.
mate.
There you go, Nigel there. International stars right here on Sports Tonight. You're watching The Late Breakfast. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to the Late Breakfast on Sports Tonight. Now we've got Dan Magness with us. Dan, your world record attempt is about to start, so we're going to let you go and just prepare.
Going to get limbered up.
Thanks very much for joining us. Star of Ukrainian TV as well.
Take it easy. Right, see you later, fellas.
Cross over to you in a sec. He's just going to warm himself up. Now, Chris is still with us, betting expert. Chris, what are some of the weirder bets for this tournament?
Well, I mean, there's loads of different betting opportunities, and you can bet on a player getting booked, or Andy Carroll to score a goal is unbelievable. I've come up with some interesting markets here. Odds have just come in the last two hours. Samaras had a terrible game. He's now 1,000,000 to 1 to win the Golden Boot, which I still think is a bad price.
Yeah,
I'd
go 5 million.
Exactly. I still think it's a bad price. 80 to 1 in Rio Ferdinand turning up at Krakow, just knocking at the door, saying, "Can I play, please?"
What, just turning up just as a punter?
Yeah.
Not getting a game.
Just as a punter, just
begging
Roy.
Exactly, he keeps drinking Rose.
If you was Rio's mates, right, and you'd say, I tell you what, we'll play for your EasyJet or Ryanair flight, and you lump on him, say, do us a favour, go out there and win us a few quid. Well, it's only you can go in and out in a day, can't
Yeah, I know. Another one here, which is quite controversial, but funny. 500 to 1 in the double. Greece winning Euro 2012 and going bust as a country by the end of 2012.
Wow.
Well, I think you probably...
Or Spain. Spain could do
Spain, Portugal.
could do the double, couldn't they?
Portugal could do the double. Ireland. I mean, any of us. Europe is in meltdown, in case you haven't been reading the papers.
Yeah.
Now, we've got a section here called the Rumour Mill, which is where I have two stories, one of which is true, one of which is false. So you have to guess which one is which, okay?
This is not difficult. You'll see.
I think it might be more difficult than
So one of these is I actually got from the media, some recess of it, and the other one is the story that I've invented, okay? So let's go with the first one.
So you
okay,
got it from the Sun, so that's the true one.
Are you ready?
From the media.
It says
Here's story
the Sun,
one.
yeah.
Here's story one. A Romanian football team is apparently demanding a refund after having bought a player for a transfer fee of 15 kilos of pork sausages. Defender Marius Correara retired a day later, saying he could not face any more sausage-related taunts at his expense. Chiara, who played for 2nd Division team UT Arad, was sold to 4th Division Regal Hornia for the sausage meat. After the deal, a spokesman for
Regal Hornia.
That's a great name.
After the deal, a spokesman for Regal Hornia confirmed, "We gave up the team's sausage allowance for a week to secure him, but we are confident it will be worth it." However, a day after the deal was leaked to the media, Correara announced he was giving up football and had decided to flee the country. Ananova, the news agency, reports that the sausage taunts all got too much. They were joking, but I would have got more from the Germans, and making sausage joke was a huge insult. I've decided to go to Spain, where I have a job on a farm.
Do you know what? So was it 15 kilos of
15
sausage?
kilos of pork sausages.
So he gets, as a sign-on fee, would he get like 1.5 kilos as 10%? He gets 10%.
Always. Probably would,
so
yeah.
what they're saying is that he knew he was injured, so just to get his last big payday, you get your last big contract, they'll get him with 1.5 kilos of sausage.
So a testimonial down at the butcher's.
Pop it in the fridge for later.
So just mull that over. Don't make your decision yet. Just that could be true or false.
Regal Hornia.
Regal Hornia. Okay, this is the second one. Roy Wegerle was well known in football for his permanent sad face. Wegerle's spin doctors would regularly claim in backstairs briefings that it was just the way his face fell and that he was a serious man with a lot to be serious about. The truth couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, Wegerle was just unlucky and was continually snapped just after receiving bad news by pure coincidence. A spokesman for a major betting chain said the odds of that were about 1,000,000 to 1. Wegerle was also very sensitive. He reacted badly when he was told it would be illegal for him to breastfeed his pet hamster Rizzoid. Launching a broadside against the authorities, he branded the powers that be swivel-eyed maniacs hell-bent on dragging this once proud nation of farmers back into the sea. Which one? Which one do you think is true?
Ryan Giggs. That's not Roy Wegerle, it's Ryan Giggs, isn't it? When he's just been caught with his
Allegedly. Unconfirmed, allegedly.
I think Regal Hornia sounds like a pornographic film starring Prince Edward.
Regal Hornia is probably what Forde had on Jubilee weekend. Watching the flotilla.
So which one is it? Is the sausage meat true, or is Roy Wegerle in his sad face?
Say again the bit about him breastfeeding his pet hamster.
Wegerle was also very sensitive. He reacted badly when told it would be illegal for him to breastfeed his pet hamster Rizzoid.
Rizzoid? See, I was going with you. I was going with you until the Rizzoid. That if you'd have said Charlie or something, you know, that's the one that like.
No one's called a hamster a Rizzoid.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what makes that unbelievable.
Which one do you think's true?
The sausage meat factory.
Sausage meat, Chris?
The sausage in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's got to be the sausage.
It's true. The sausage meat factory is true, and the source of that was a website.
Website.
Sausage.com.
It was a website. I found it.
Don't go to sausage.com.
I googled it.
No.
So
It's not safe for work.
It's got me in trouble in the past. It's got me in trouble in the past.
It was
with ex-girlfriend.
You know, glass of rosé, sausage.com.
Yeah, things can develop. Things can develop. You know what I mean? These Friday nights in.
And he's half vegetarian. Paint the picture of yourself here, Chris.
Let me just clarify. I like girls. I like girls. I love girls. I love girls.
I don't think we were in any doubt.
Thank you,
Chris, with the sort of description of the betting rock and roll.
Sausage.com and Rosé and half
the betting rock and
vegetarian.
roll. I mean, when you say, I mean, I don't want to return to this, but everything gets labelled as either the new black or the new rock and roll. I suppose betting could be the new red and black.
Interesting take on that, huh? Yeah. I suppose if you're back in Man United.
That is not good.
Not all of this will be good, by the way.
That is not good enough. Red and black. How long have you been thinking about that? He's been planning that. Yeah, he's been planning that, bro. I bet he's written it down.
I haven't written it down. I just thought of it half an hour ago. And I just thought at some point.
Do you do stand-up? Huh?
Subtly crowbar back in the old betting chat.
Not strong.
Now, Ash is a QPR fan. He joins us now live on Skype. Good morning, Ash. We can't hear you though, Sunshine. Just give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. He can hear us. Now, Ash, we're going to keep on the line. No, we're going to let him go. Ash, we will come back to you, Sunshine. All right, just give us a smile before you go. There you go. Don't look so despondent. We'll join you, mate. Don't you worry. We're just going to sort the volume out and we'll join him again. Now, Ash is...
His face would have gone quite well with your Roy Wegley story at the start. Yeah,
he did. He did have a bit of a hangdog expression, didn't he? For a man who...
He's got a hamster called Rizzo. He was really insulted.
We'll come back to him, but he is a man of divided loyalty. See, he wants England to win, but he's also got a soft spot for Ireland.
Yeah, how does that work? Surely you're either way.
I had an argument with a guy, right, and he put the phone down on me, who was the chair of the British Barcelona Supporters Club, but he also supported Northampton. And I said, oh, how did you end up supporting Barcelona? He said, well, I used to live out there. I said, what, you grew up out there? He said, no, I used to live out there. I said, what? When? He said, I was a student. I said, well, who did you support before then? He said, Northampton. So I said, oh, you supported Northampton, you went abroad and then started glory supporting.
Yeah.
And he was not keen on that. Ash joins us now. Ash!
Hello!
Yay! There he is. Hello, mate. Now, Ash, you're a man of divided loyalties.
Yeah, slightly, yeah, you could say that, yeah.
So you're rooting for England as your first choice.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But your second preference, if this was an alternative vote system, would be Ireland.
Yeah, I've got some family who are based in Ireland, so yeah, I've got a soft spot for the Greens. So I'd like to see them do well. Yeah, definitely. I just hope they don't clash in the quarterfinals because there might be some difficult decisions.
Ash, would you be the same, obviously, with Republic Vote? Would you be the same if it was Scotland, Northern Ireland or Wales were in a major tournament? Would you sort of edge towards them as well?
Probably not. I mean, it's more the family thing that I've been in Ireland and watched games over there with family and stuff. So it's kind of the soft spots come from there. I don't think I've got no really connections to the other guys. So I'd like to see all the British teams do well, but obviously Republic of Ireland not being British, but I'd like to see them do a bit better.
Mind you, most of the Republic of Ireland players are like English anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
So like England beating it, really.
They always have been, haven't they? Andy Townsend, I don't know if you've ever been to Ireland apart from playing for them, has he?
Tony Cascarino was the one, didn't he? He played like 80 games and pretended that he had an Irish granddad, and he went, "No, I made it up." So no one actually like.
They don't check.
No, they didn't let you. He could have had Irish red set, and then he'd been all right, wouldn't he?
Do your Irish family feel the same way about England, though?
No.
See, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. It's double standards.
Yeah, no, I think that's always the way, isn't it? I think because England have always seen us the big boys, haven't they, of the area? So everyone likes to see them lose, especially the guys. Ireland and Scotland especially like to see us go out. So the feeling's not it's not mutual, definitely.
It's good of you to rise above it because we were chatting here in the break though about when you're growing up. I always wanted Scotland and Ireland and Wales and Northern Ireland to do well, and then as you go through life, you sort of realise that England bear the brunt of a lot of negativity. And in a football sense, it's all in good nature, of course. It's all in good banter. But good on you for sort of sticking to it and staying positive.
Yeah, no, I like to see good football as well, and I think I like the Ireland story of being underdogs as well. I think it's better for them they're in the group that they're in, because I think they have a better chance against the likes of Spain and Italy. If they were in Group A, I think they rise to the challenge, as they've seen in '94 and against Germany in 2002. So I think Ireland relish that kind of underdog story, and it's good to see.
Well, Ash, enjoy the rest of the tournament, mate. Pleasure talking to you.
I didn't hear you talk about Roy Wegley earlier.
Yeah.
What a legend, eh? He was my hero growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Pleasure to have you on the show. There was sort of people maybe suggesting that you looked a little bit similar to him as well.
Oh, well, I haven't got the flowing locks. I couldn't grow his flowing locks, definitely.
I tell you what, just stop speaking and just let your face hang in its natural position. Spitting image, mate, you're a legend.
It's known as the word.
Take care, Ash. See you, mate.
Cheers, guys.
What an absolute legend. We're going to take another break. You're watching The Late Breakfast on Sports Tonight. Welcome back to The Late Breakfast, the final part of the show. Still with Tom Parry. Hello, mate.
How you doing, fella?
I'm all right. I'm excited now because the tournament started. Group B today, mouth-watering, and then on Sunday, Group C, and Spain versus Italy, the main game there, Perry. And one player in particular has caught your eye, isn't he?
Yeah, so mate, like everybody's talking about Spain now, Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets, and who's going to play up front. They said David Villa. Italy got a player called Cassano, who's their main player. He's like the playmaker, and the previous manager didn't trust him. Prandelli's brought him back in, given him free role. But about a year ago, he played for AC Milan. He was on the plane, flying back away game against Roma, and he had it was a stroke on the plane. Basically, had a mini heart attack, and he didn't play for I reckon 6 to 8 months. And they said, right, you're sort of finished basically. And then he's got himself back fit. Obviously, he has all his heart checks, and now he's their main player. I'm not saying it's on the same level as Fabrice Muamba, because obviously he was out for like 79 minutes, wasn't he? But he's got himself back playing. And I think it's just a story that's
it's a lovely
sort
story,
of gone by the wayside. When you think football's serious, you think, wow, he's been on the brink of death sort of, and then come back and play him.
And he's a key player for them.
He's their main man. He's their playmaker. I mean, they're in disarray at the minute, Italy, to be fair. I mean, normally they're brilliant defensive. They haven't scored a goal for the last 3 games. And obviously with all the fraud and corruption scandals, sort of surrounding the country, sometimes they did it last time. They created that siege mentality when they won the World Cup. But I actually think that they feel that even their own public is, if they win a game, then football's so fickle it can change like that. But I think they feel that their own public aren't quite with them. Buffon's like top goalkeeper. Perillo plays in midfield. He's another one of their main players. But I can't see him scoring any goals.
Okay, we've got Dan Magness starting his world record attempt to do keepy-uppys throughout the entire tournament, Euro 2012. We join him now live from Skegness Beach. Dan, there he is. Look at him. It's on his head. The world record attempt has started. The clock has officially started on this. He will have to go through until the 1st of July 2012. Just shy of a month that, and his skills are looking good. It grips to him, doesn't it? Almost like cartoon-like football skills.
Skegness is looking nice.
Yeah, they've really tidied it up.
They apparently got a grant from European Union, to like they do in Marbella, and you get your 455 million quid just to put your promenade in and get more sandy beaches.
No, it's not raining either. Wow.
That's right. It's really glorious weather there.
Multi-talented ginger genius. Perry, isn't that your...
To be fair, I think there's only room
You're a
for
former
one.
ginger genius.
No, there's only room for one, and it's Dan, because he's a lot better. He's got a lot better touch and ball control than I've got.
And more hair.
That's not hard, but I had to break it to him. He will look like this in 10 years' time. There's not Mick Hucknall apart. There's not one person with flowing ginger locks in the world.
Dan, when you're doing keepy-uppys on sand, how does it affect your balance?
It's quite hot here at the moment, so I'm struggling a little bit, but I think we should be all right for a few weeks.
Very odd beach they've got at Skegness as well, because the tide doesn't seem to be going in or out.
No, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking about getting on my head and going for a swim later, but yeah, the weather's not looking... Well, I don't know what's going on, so I have to keep my concentration, mate.
What's your favourite surface to do keepy-uppys on? Clay? Are you a clay court player?
I'm a clay court player, or I like a bit of grass as well every now and again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He didn't say hardcore, it'd be grass. Exactly. The sun must be getting in his eyes. He's doing really well there without any shades on.
He has as well, yeah. It does look like the sun should be full on him, Dan. Do you think, I mean, I presume, given your complexion, you burn quite easily.
I do burn pretty easy, yeah. I've got to be careful. Factor 50 all
Perry's
the way
giving
from
me
me.
proper evils here. Come on, Perry.
No, I think you are burning in front of the microwave. So you make sure he's got
Close
the
the
right
door,
factor.
mate.
You've got to put the right factor on.
You got to do 3 weeks of this, Dan. How are you going to cope?
I'll be all right. I think I'll lose a bit of weight along the way, which is nice. It's going to be difficult, but I reckon I'll get there.
I mean, you know, they say every time you... Oh, we've got Carl Donnelly, the comedian, on the line. Good morning, Carl.
Hello.
Carl, it's Matt Forde.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
You are live on Sky Channel 480 Primetime. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Donnelly. How you doing? It's
We've got Tom Parry, Arsenal legend Perry Groves as well, mate.
Very good.
Do you know what happened there, Matt? When you said, he said he was going to say, "What do you want?" and then say, "By the way, you're live on Sky TV." Hello, mate. How's it going?
I don't think he was going to say, "What do you want?" I think it's a bit more impolite than that. Morning, Carl.
How you doing? How you alright?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Are you excited about the England game on Monday? We're talking football this morning.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited. Even
You sound it.
Now. Normally when I'm sitting about breakfast, I'm probably the most hungover person you're ever going to talk to.
Why? Were you celebrating Russia's win?
I was celebrating Greece's draw, is what I was celebrating.
Oh, good stuff. Big draw for you, was it, Carl?
Whereabouts are you then at the moment, mate?
I'm sitting in a sort of coffee shop in Manchester.
That's a calf. It's not a coffee shop. It's a calf.
There are no coffee shops in Manchester. Who are you with?
I'm on my own, actually, which is even more depressing.
Oh, that's tragic. Who were you drinking with last night?
I was drinking with the comedians Pete Johansson and Reece James.
Cool.
So what's something? He must be having a big fat boy's breakfast then, if he's hungover.
Yeah, you having a proper breakfast, Carl?
I sorted some French toast.
What?
I'm having an absolute mare at the minute, to be honest.
What's happened to our real street comedians? French toast.
What would Manning say?
I said Jim Davidson would be going spitting feathers, wouldn't he? Somebody eating French toast.
I know. I came in, I saw it, and I thought it's got a lot of sugar in it, might sort me out. But now I realise I've messed up.
Is it because of the big England-France game on Monday? Is that why you were doing it?
Yeah, I thought I'd get a bit of a,
Trying to eat the enemy.
Yeah.
I tried that once before. It's not a pleasant idea. Carl, we're going to let you go, mate. Enjoy the weekend and enjoy the England game.
Take it easy, mate.
There you go. We will be surprising various comedians throughout the tournament. Just great getting a hungover bloke, isn't it? I mean, it's a good job we said we were on TV. Because
then they go into showbiz. Hello, like, what? What do you want? What are you phoning me for? By the way, you're live on Sky TV. Oh, hello, mate. How's it going?
Let's go back to Dan. He's on the floor. He's got one foot in the sea. Mate, it really doesn't help the illusion.
No. He sorted in and I thought, so yeah, I'm feeling good.
So he's got to cool his feet down. He must, on the sand, obviously, black trainers.
That's
very
right,
clever.
that's right.
Get your body temperature down.
Exactly that, yeah,
I
that's
bet
the
you're
reason.
an amazing blagger.
A blagger?
Yeah, I bet you're a phenomenal. You can turn an argument around like that. You should be an MP.
Yeah, sometimes I find myself arguing myself. Because I think if someone starts agreeing with me, then I go back to what they said. So it's just more fun.
Is that when you've had too much Red Bull again?
Yeah, well, don't talk me about Red Bull. God, that keeps me up for weeks and weeks on end. I went for a run at 4:30 in the morning once because I'd overdosed on vodka and Red Bull and just couldn't sleep. And I was like Forrest Gump. I didn't actually turn, I just kept running straight. No stitch, nothing, just kept running in dead
Well, that's
straight
one of the
line.
great things about Jaeger bombs is you do lose a lot of sleep. You wake up with a hangover, but you've done all the ironing. So I just filed all my tax returns alphabetically. It's wonderful, the magic of the Jaeger bomb. Now, Ireland, we talked briefly about. They're in action on Sunday against Croatia. Croatia, a team who in the past have had, good sort of 1996. I remember Davasuka was phenomenal.
That chip.
Oh, against Schmeichel, one of the greatest
amazing,
goals
amazing.
in the history of the European Championships.
And 2007 as well, when they beat England at Wembley. Yeah.
Oh, that was
magic memory.
I wouldn't say that was amazing.
I'm joking.
And we're going to let Dan go. Dan, all the best, mate.
Nice one, mate. Thanks a lot.
He's still going, mate. All the
See you
best.
soon. All right.
He's going to keep going for 3 weeks throughout the entire tournament. Absolutely incredible. Dan, thank you very much for joining us. I mean, I will be rooting for Ireland a bit on Sunday.
Ireland, they're always got that great position. Like I said, of being the underdog. It's the thing England will never have. Even though no one fancies us to win or anything, we still won't go into a tournament as an underdog. It's always so nice to see a plucky Irish team who can play good football and plenty of Wolves players in there. And I hope they do well.
I think they'll qualify for the group. I really do. I think they'll get a draw tomorrow. I think they'll beat Italy in the last game. And get through in 4 points.
I think so as well. I think Ireland have got a great chance.
The
thing is, I want England to play against Ireland. You have 2 banks for it, so that'd be like a stalemate, wouldn't it?
We've come to the end of the show, I'm afraid, folks. Tom, Parry, Chris, thanks for joining us. We'll all be back next Saturday. Enjoy the England game on Monday night, 10 a.m. Remember, every Saturday, the late breakfast right here on Sports Tonight with Matt Forde, Tom Parry, Perry Groves, and our mate Chris on the betting. Until next week.
Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.